everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mia. Thank you for tuning in to another video. If you're new, consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell. But if you're not new, hey girl, hey. And today's video is going to be a teacher talk. My teacher talk videos are supposed to go up on Tuesday, but I didn't get a chance to record yesterday because I was tired and I needed a nap. So we're gonna just push this video back a day, and the teacher talks will continue to be on Tuesdays. So in today's video, we're going to talk about why I quit teaching the first time. Mace, please go get on your iPad.
No.
Please go get on. So today's video is going to be a teacher talk, and it's going to be about why I quit my teaching job the first time. So I started teaching in August of 2015. I had graduated from the University of Memphis with my bachelor's degree in education in May of 2015, and then I got a teaching job right after I graduated and started teaching that August when school started back. So that was in 2015, and I resigned from my teaching job in December of 2018. So I did not return after Christmas break. And so the main reason that I quit my teaching job was to pursue my business, was to be an entrepreneur and work for myself. I started a hair business in January of 2019. And I'll link the video about my hair business, why my hair business failed, somewhere in the description box or in the cards or something, talking about my hair business. So that was the main reason that I quit my job, to start a hair business, to start my business. And so another reason why I quit my job is because I was attacked by a student. Yes, this is when I was teaching first grade. I taught grades 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I was attacked by a first grade student. And she didn't have any real consequences for her actions. She was taken out of my room and not allowed to come to school for 2 days. So I think this happened on a Monday. This might have happened on a Monday, and she was back in my room that Thursday. Like, she was only taken out of school for those 2 days. She didn't get a suspension. Like, it wasn't formally on her record. She was just told not to come back to school. Her parent was just told not to come back to school until Thursday. And of course, when she came back to school, her mom just dropped her right off in my room. She didn't apologize. Parents normally apologize for their kids' behaviors. You know, most parents will say, "I'm sorry, I apologize," make the child apologize or anything like that. Nothing happened. Mom just brought her back to my classroom and walked away. There wasn't a formal meeting like with mom or like with administration or nothing. She was just brought back to my room, and that was not okay. And so even when the incident happened, y'all want me to tell what happened? Okay, I'll tell what happened. So this little girl, she didn't come to school until, I want to say, October. She hadn't been in school since October. And keep in mind, school starts in August. So she hadn't been in school until October. She didn't come until October. And so,
Mommy, can I see some?
okay. She didn't come to my classroom until October. You know, she hadn't been in school. She was just sitting home. Yeah, so she was sitting home from August to October. She didn't come to school at all for the month. Almost 2 months, maybe
Mommy,
even 2 months.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Yes.
Oh, God, okay. And so she hadn't been in school. She was just sitting home for those 2 months. And so, of course, it was an adjustment for her when she came to school. School was not where she wanted to be. So, to make a long story short, she was a runner. She would run out of the classroom, run down the hallway. She would cry, she would kick, she would scream, you know. She would do all of these things because she just did not want to be at school. And I thought as the weeks went on, you know, she would get used to it and want to be there. But no, she didn't want to be there. So on this particular day, I was guarding the door. You know, I was just standing in front of the door so she couldn't get out. Now, mind you, I have 22, 23 other kids in the classroom, and I'm having to be a bodyguard to the door so this one student wouldn't run out of the door. And so it started with her pulling on my shirt. She was just yanking my shirt. She was like, I will let your shirt go when you get out of the way. Like, this is how she was talking. She was like
Mommy.
had a real attitude. Yes, Mason.
Undies right.
Oh, no. Your undies are not wet.
You
Let's see. Yes. So this is how she was talking. She was like, I'll let your shirt go when you get from in front of the door so I can go. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to move. You need to let my shirt go. Like, this is not what we're about to do. You need to let my shirt go. Like, let it go. So I was taking her hands off of my shirt. Okay. And so I was taking her hands off of my shirt. And so she kept grabbing. She kept grabbing. So I was like, okay. I had to just take a deep breath. I'm like, please let my shirt go. I'm not moving in front of the door. From in front of the door. You need to let my shirt go right now. So I finally was able to get her hands off of my shirt, and she was just standing in front of me with her hands on her hips. And she was like, move. I'm like, no, we want you to be at school. You have to stay at school. You have to learn. She was very smart. When I say like very, very intelligent, like she was a really bright girl. Like I could tell somewhere, like her mom, like somebody was working with her because she was really smart. She was like reading on a higher level than first grade. Like she was able to answer a lot of questions. So she was not she was a smart girl, And so I'm telling her, like, no, you have to stay at school. We want you to stay at school. All of your friends, they want you to stay here. She was like, no, I want to go home. I want to go to my Grammy's house. Like, I'm just like, okay, maybe Grammy can come and get you after school. Like, I'm just trying to really just talk and make her comfortable and happy. But all of this is going on in front of the rest of the kids. Like, they're just watching, and I couldn't really blame them. I had got them started on their assignment, but of course they're watching the drama unfold. And so she was like, move. She was still saying, move, move, move. I'm about to go. I want to go. She was like, don't put your hands on me or I'm going to tell my dad. My dad said, don't let nobody put their hands on me or he going to come up here. Like all of this, she's just saying all of this stuff, really trying to make me move, and I'm not moving because I'm not about to chase you down the hallway, little girl, and leave my class unattended. Like, no, I was not about to do that. And so, yeah, I had that wig on. And it was the type of wig that you didn't have to glue down. You didn't have to put any, you just had to slip the wig on your head. So she grabbed my wig. She grabbed it and yanked it, But it didn't come off. It didn't come off for some reason. The wig did not come off my head. And so I pried my hair out of her hands. But at this point, I'm really getting fed up. Like, so fed up. And so I got one side of the hair free. And she goes for the other side and just yanks it, And I'm just thinking to myself, like, is this really happening? Like, she was like, I will let your hair go when you move from in front of the door. So I freed the other side out of her hand. I'm like, don't pull my hair again. She pulls it again, y'all. I think I'm being dramatic, but she yanks it again. This time she has like a bunch and like a strong grip. At this point, I'm like, no, this is not happening. So I take her out of my classroom and take her to the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor's office was right across from my classroom. And so I took her to the guidance counselor's office and I said, she has to get out of my room. She cannot stay in my room. And so the guidance counselor was just like, okay. She didn't even ask what happened but yes, the guidance counselor, like, she didn't ask any questions. Like, she could just see the look on my face. And I'm laughing now, y'all. I can laugh about the situation now, but when it was happening, it was not funny. And so the guidance counselor, she didn't ask any questions. She was like, okay, you can just leave her. Just go. So after a few minutes, she came over and she was like, are you calm yet? The guidance counselor, she was like, are you calm? I was like, yeah. She's like, what happened? I said, this little girl is yanking my clothes, yanking my hair. She just needs to get out of my classroom. Like, this is not okay. And so the guidance counselor was like, okay, write a statement about what happened, then email it to me and email it to the principal and all this stuff. And so I was just like, okay. So the day went on, and finally I was able to write my statement. And I just, wrote down everything that happened. And when the mom came to pick her up, she just came to pick her up, and she didn't apologize to me. She didn't come and ask like anything. She didn't come and do anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't make her daughter apologize. She just came to pick her daughter up. Was told not to bring her daughter back for 2 days. Daughter came back on Thursday and was just back in my room. And it wasn't like a formal suspension, like it's going on her record, it's going in her file. No, like she just like verbally told her not to come back for 2 days. And I just did not appreciate that at all. And I felt like me as a teacher being in this situation, I don't come to work to get attacked, yanked, anything by a student, period. And so I feel like that was not okay. Like, that was not okay. You could have at least put her in someone else's class. You could have let us have a meeting with the mom and you, and to just talk about how this cannot happen again. No, like she was just back in my class. And that just didn't sit right with me.
Pick the butt over here.
Okay. And I just felt like I had to do what I had to do for myself. And I was also getting fed up with a lot of other things. Like my first grade class, that was like a really rough group of kids. And I just felt like in my spirit that I just could not do it. It just was not for me. Teacher burnout is so real. That is why it is important as a teacher with any profession, really, to take care of yourself, to take care of your mental state. Like, I was coming to work every day and exhausted, tired, and just not eager to be there. When I first started teaching, I was so eager and happy to be inside of the classroom, to have like a real job, to have like a career in my field that I went to school for, And by the time I was in the 3rd year, I was burnt out. Teachers have to deal with so much, from the students to administration to parents. Like, you have people in higher up places making decisions about what's going on inside of the classroom, and they have never been inside of the classroom. I think that was one of my biggest issues, people making decisions about my classroom and my school, but have never even stepped foot inside of a classroom besides when they were in school. They are not classroom teachers. They were not classroom paraprofessionals, not principals, administrators, not even cafeteria workers. But you are in these positions of power, and you're making decisions about schools when you've never been in one. You don't know what's going on in one. Thank you, sweet boy. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, and so that was my biggest issue, one of the biggest problems that I had, and amongst other things. But yes, I was just attacked by a student, and I might be being dramatic saying that I was attacked by a student, but that's what it was. Like, that's what it was. She didn't ball her fist up and hit me, but in a way that she did. And what if she would have pulled my wig off in front of those kids? She would have seen some Snoop Dogg set it off braids, and I don't even think I had a wig cap on. Did I have a wig cap on? I know it's not good to wear wigs without a wig cap, but did I have a wig cap on? I don't think I did, or I probably did, which would have still been embarrassing with or without the wig cap. But yeah, what if she would have pulled my wig off? I would have had to stay home from work the next day. Even though my students, I taught in a pretty urban area, so I'm sure they knew. They know or knew whatever a wig is or was, Their moms probably wear wigs and stuff like that, but that's just not the point. I don't come to work to get my wig pulled off, in front of whoever. That just wasn't right for me. And so I was going off on a tangent a little bit earlier about decisions that are made about a school by people who don't work in a school or have never worked in a school. But yeah, I was just getting fed up with certain things. And like I said, teacher burnout is so real. It is so real. That's why it's important to just take care of yourself. I was coming to work and not even being in the right headspace. I was just coming to work to do my job, but I was not taking care of myself. And then I have a child at home, I have other things going on in my life, but my job was just taking so much out of me that I just could not handle it. So I quit my teaching job to start a business, and because I was just basically attacked by a student, you know, and because I was tired, I was burnt out. I really just needed a break. I really just needed a moment to step back and say, okay, is this really what you want to do with the rest of your life? Is this what you really want to continue to do for 10 more years until you can move up? You know, because it takes a lot of classroom experience to move up into other types of, jobs inside of the classroom. So, yeah, that was my story on why I quit my job. But I'm back in the classroom now, teaching pre-K. So I have 4 and 5-year-olds, and it's been an adjustment. I don't know how this year is gonna work with or next year is gonna work. Am I gonna stay in pre-K, or am I gonna go back up to like elementary grades, kindergarten through 5th grade? So we will see. Since I just graduated in December with my master's, I'm able to do other jobs. This will be my 4th year teaching. So I taught 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So this will be my 5th year teaching in pre-K. I think I said earlier that it's my 4th year or 3.5 or something like that. So this is my 5th year. Wow. I've been teaching for 5 years. I mean, I wouldn't say 5 years since I quit in the middle of the year. So 4.5 maybe. I don't know. But yes, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell. I have new videos. I post new videos every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Pick it up every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Give some mommy. Thank you. Yeah, Mommy Mondays, Teacher Talk Tuesdays, and Lifestyle Fridays. So if any of those videos interest you, consider subscribing to my channel. Okay. Consider subscribing to my channel. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to film with a little 3-year-old child is very hard. He keeps interrupting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.